Alright, Bob. This one's pretty simple. There's some cathedrals with emblems over them. There's going to be a particular spot down here that's going to that is again. Okay, so there's emblems there. You see them above the cathedrals. It's gonna be a spot down here. We just jump down here. Be the first one. Will always be the first one. We'll always come right down here. And you gotta kill this knight. Out of all these enemies, there's one knight that you gotta kill. He's right over here. And so he goes down once he goes down, this opens. It's gonna be a big guy. He's gonna drop a relic, this fella. As soon as you kill him, he'll drop a relic. I just want to show you a couple things with this. Now what's important here is the three symbols that you see here. Those are the ones that we're going to go to. So you see them around the cathedrals. These are the corresponding ones. A lot of people call them different things, but I call the top one C line because it's a C and there's lines. Right? Vex head is middle, and crazy lines is the bottom one. You can call them whatever you want. That's what I would say from that. Take your sword. I want to show you a couple things. We might lose these swords, but I want to show you a couple things here with them. Alright, so just stand right here and don't move. Watch me, okay? So you can traverse with these swords if you don't know. Like crazy. You can move around. You do descend a little bit, but really you can move quite a distance with them. The swords themselves also have a super. If I like, in full honesty, they're not that effective. These swords are not effective. Your weapons will do more damage. So usually, what we would do, take a sword we have now. So we'll go in here. See how you hardly did any damage to the guy? Swords, those particular relic swords are not that effective. We got sea line, vex head, and crazy lines. So we'll come right back out here. And now these places don't change either. So crazy lines and vex head are just right below us. So what we can do is we can take these swords and we're just going to jump out and start light attacking. And we're going to traverse way down to that vex head. We're going to let ourselves drop a little bit and just land down there. So just like this. You don't need to double jump or nothing too crazy or anything. You can just, whatever you need to do. Whatever you need to do to get going. You can let yourself drop a bit because it's quite a distance down. And you can swipe at any point to stop your dropping. It'll just instantly just level you for where you're at. Right, so there are a couple of these ads just they don't bother us too much. Might be some more that come up. But essentially what you're gonna do, there's three different bosses in here, and there's three different ways to take down each boss. No, there's one way to take down each of the three bosses. So this one being the Shrieker. Oh, there's another. We might have lost the swords. So when you lose a sword, this is good actually. When you lose a sword, you gotta go find one. So the swords are going to be on the walkways, not just on the walkways, but the relic guys, the big guys, the sword bearers, maybe? You got to come down, you got to kill the ogre. Every walkway, most of them have an ogre. You have to kill the ogre. And then once you kill the ogre, come down here a bit. Sometimes it's not the easiest thing to just have happen. Back here. With any luck, this guy will spawn. And if not, unfortunately, it gets worse. He didn't spawn. I noticed this happens. I don't know if I have to kill the second ogre or what the case is here, but the quickest option now is to go up. Oh wait. Wait. He did spawn, just way late. You're gonna come down here and take this relic. Like that. And go up these stairs. And when that shrieker that's gonna start blasting at you, you're just gonna want to hold LT, and that's gonna block and deflect those shots back at the shrieker. So just aim it towards the shrieker, just like that. You can hold it pretty much infinitely. Just do that. Let the shrieker zero in on you. It'll take it a second. There you go. It'll do it now. Hold the button. Yeah. Oh. I'll just fire off a couple shots. There you go. You should be seeing some damage numbers there. Alright, now I'm gonna get out of this room just in case I'm messing it up a little bit. There you go. Keep holding it. Don't let go of it at all when you. But there you go. That's it. Yep. So that's one boss down. So we got 2 left to go. So this was. This is Vex Head. So Crazy Lines is the next one. So these here, as you've obviously seen, are little elevators. So we'll jump on. 1, 2, 3. Jump on. Alright. So we're gonna use that relic to get over to this next little spot over there. That's a really tough jump for certain characters to make. You'd have to go the slow route and jump up the rocks and whatnot. But if you have the relic, or you're a warlock, you can kind of fly around, which makes things easier. So we got to go up another floor, or level, whatever it is. Go up another cave. This is the one that we're looking for here. What's just below this? So it's the same thing. Same guy. There's going to be a pit keeper. So if you come down here and you have the relic, don't attack the enemies with the relic. Drop it and use your regular weapon. It's just like a sword or something, whatever you have. I mean, it's not necessary now, but for future ones. Because I'll just come up down here and wipe all this out for you. So, in future runs, just come down here, find the pit keeper first, smack them up, and then just slay any other enemies that come over. Sometimes it's going to be a second group, or an ogre shooting at you in this particular case. Sometimes the ogres have access to this floor alone, and can, not this floor, but in other spots, they can come right up to near cathedral. You gotta watch out for that. This is the toughest one. This is, okay, so one witch is not damageable by anything but a heavy attack from the sword. So do a heavy attack with the sword. Yeah, so it spouts out a little blip. So that's that. You want to hit that witch, which is currently on the right side, right here. There's 2 other witches in there that are definitely hittable with any damage. So I'm going to go deal with them so you have less of an issue. Walking also helps. If you're getting pelted by her, it's not going to damage her, but it's going to stop you from getting damaged. Well, I will deal with these other witches that I can damage. And you will just heavy attack this one. You can stay back. You don't have to be close. Come back. Come back to me. Yep. Yeah, come back. There's cover back here, right? You use this as cover. And just keep strafing back and forth, ducking her shots and throwing some shots at her. You might lose your ammo for the sword eventually, but as you just did. Wait, did you? Oh, you got no. Okay, you got it for a second. Okay, so you lost the sword, so we need to go get another one now. Same thing as before. Rinse and repeat process. There's some guys down here. No sword now, but we gotta kill the ogre. Alright, so we'll make a little traverse just across here. Try to give that knight some room to spawn. Come back and see if it works. If not, we'll take a elevator, a level up, and grab one from there. Oh, there's one. This is how it happens. But if you didn't walk that walkway, I don't think you would have spawned. And he just spawned. I know he's just right here. There's that relic picture. So remember, the only thing that can damage the witch is heavy attacks, but you want to try to keep protecting yourself. So do... she was ready. Do lots of strafing and attack when it feels safe to do so. She does melt pretty quick. Try to take her... There you go, one more. Nice. Pick that back up. Alright, so now so this is a cool thing. With every one that you complete, it shows you the remaining places left to go. You don't even have to remember, you just gotta remember one. The sea line. You can call it something else if you want. Most people do. But that's the one we go to now. So that witch that you just beat is the hardest boss in this, and there's 3 bosses here, but this is the first encounter. There's like a second, third, fourth, you know. So you probably see the next one, or the last one we have to go to over there. This is a good place. This is home base, so I'm gonna grab a sword, and you can refresh yours if you like. Just wait for the next guy to spawn in. Alright, so the whole point of that was just simply to traverse distance without having to engage in many or any conflict. We're trying to do this with efficiency. We're not trying to see how many enemies we can kill. We're going to get a nice leap off that side there and just start light swiping. You can go way out too. There's going to be an ogre, a couple ogres to your right. just keep moving. Keep your attacks up and you'll be where you need to be very quickly. This is the guy right here. Back up. So we're gonna go right in. So this guy, watch this. Real simple, this fella. Block, light attack, block. Oh, wait. Light attack, block. That's it. Block, 2 light attacks, block. That's how you keep all your health. Now you can get a little more crazy and use your super and whatnot, but heavy attacks don't work. The sword super attack does work though, for that guy. And I think all of them, but the witches are really hard to hit. Fortunately that was the 3rd boss. So again, we're gonna skip all this craziness down here because we don't need to fight though. I don't have much swording, I know, but it's pretty easy, so we're just gonna do this here. And drop down way far. You see the beam in the air, obviously, that's where we're going. I'm gonna kill these enemies in front of us. This is where we start our slaying to get through to the end. This is kind of the final walkway and to lead to the next spot. And obviously a pit keeper to kill. So once we kill him, counter's over. And right through here, there's chest. Alright, well, go. Okay. When you do the Xenophage quest, you're going to be going through here for a couple of different steps in it to do some different things throughout here. But for right now, where I shoot this Witherhoard is exactly where we got to go. So we just keep going through here. Real simple traversing. So this is simply explained like this. There's 3 invincible ogres, left, middle, right. There's 3 ways of walking, left, middle, right, with some secret caverns and tunnels through each section. You cannot kill the ogres under any circumstance, but our goal is to find some knights to be scattered across here, and they're gonna have an orb. Once we kill it, it'll drop an orb. You have to then dunk the orb at the end of each walkway, being able to get past the ogres successfully, not die, so on and so forth. So let's say the you have Omni, right? Well, if I gotta be completely honest with you, there is nothing more perfect than a hunter to run bottom tree Night Stalker with the Omni Oculus. But you have it on. Yeah, you're running it now. Yes, sir. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna run together, and I'm gonna call out for invis at certain points, and you just invis us. We'll run past shit, and it becomes super simple. I'll show you someday, once we get into running a few of these, you know, get comfortable with it. I'll show you how to do the whole thing without invis or extra health or anything. It's pretty fun. It's pretty tough. It's pretty fun. But for now, we just want to make it simple to get the completion and you to learn and understand the dungeon so you can teach people. That's what we're about. So, we'll come through here to the first night, which is what we're going to. be some other enemies here too. Not all that important. We'll clear them out because they do add up pretty quickly, and they're pretty much non-stop. So here's the orb jar, and I'll carry this for now. So there's an ogre, like I said, and one of them is right out here. Yep, okay, wait, whoa, come back. Drop that invis on us whenever you're ready, and we'll just run out of here. Okay. And he's still behind us, so if you need to drop another invis for yourself or anything, you know, if you start getting pelted, you know, make sure you're covering yourself. Normally, one person does left, middle, and right, usually on a 3-person team. But nonetheless, this is fantastic. We'll go right through here. Just a little shortcut I'm showing you. It doesn't really lead to anywhere. It's just a little, just hooks around a little further. So this ogre is like now right in front of us right here. So if you have another invis, you can drop it. If not, we can wait. Patience is the key here to winning pretty much everything in the Pit of Heresy. Patience will have you succeed. So you, if you have where you dodge and get your melee back, you could get real close to the ogre. Like even like, well, he's moving away now, but you could get close to him and dodge away. You won't die like instantly from him. We're gonna drop down. The spot down here. Yep. I'll get you. Actually, I don't want to help me. Which is perfectly okay. So that's kind of the thing that happens. Ways to prevent getting booped away from enemies that ground slam you. Have a sword, yeah, and swipe towards them while they're slamming down. As soon as they slam down, you just swipe and you will not go anywhere. Swords are a great tool in here for the third-person view and just general mobility purposes, especially that wonderful thing. We'll run it again. Failing is fine because it lets you understand what the risk is of dealing with these enemies. The orb is nothing special. You pick it up, you go in third person. So we'll continue down here. And you can drop that invis whenever you are ready. He's gonna start pelting. You can drop that in. That's that. Now he's gonna be right here. So use your yep, and use your dodge when we're going here to get your next one back. Use the enemies around you to keep invis up as much as you possibly would want. Go through here. This is going to be a little endless throwaway if we proc it quick enough, but if we run through super fast, it doesn't quite happen. Right here. I go in here. This is the same sort of thing. Bunch of acolytes and no problem. all this commotion that we're causing in here, the ogre hears that and is moving aggressively towards us. Maybe not aggressively, but aggressively towards us. So it's pretty much every time you get an orb, you're gonna have to deal with the ogre one way or another. We can all hear it. Ogres were right there. Well, hold on. Back up, back up. This is the trick, this is the trick, this is the weird thing too now, because the spot to dunk it is right there. As soon as I dunk, he's gonna see me, right? So, the trick to that is come stand over here. And be patient. Now, hit me with that invis and I'll come back to you. Nice. Okay. Really, really good. We're gonna jet from here. Oh, let's go the other way. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's go underneath. Right down. This is the thing too, you don't know where all three ogres are at the same time, so when you're coming out of a spot, they might be right there, and if you're kind of on a roll, then you need to be prepared somehow. See, if he started pelting me, I would have popped my super and just dashed away from him super quick. It's not always an option either. No, I don't think that there's going to be another knight here, but I just want to check real quick. No. Okay. I don't know when the knights respawn. I think it's when, must be when you kill all of the knights in the... Alright. If you need an invis, you can just dodge it pretty much right here and move back and pick at your invis. Yep, alright, drop it now. Just run out of here. Real simple. Hunters are broken by default. This guy notices us. Another one. Alright. This, crawl right into here. This will be the last spot. On a charge. Make sure you get a second. We just want to get that distance from the ogre as much as we can. Because this is the final one we'll be going into the next encounter, and we don't want the ogres to proc the encounter. We got just a quick bit of explaining to do. Okay, so that's done. We're gonna run through here. Don't shoot anything or anything fancy. Just come in here. Yeah, just stand here. They'll despawn eventually. When they want to. Oh, come on. Oh my god. Why are they not despawning? That's crazy too. That thing. Here, wait, hold on. Let me try to pop this down and see if that does it. It doesn't. Stand here, I guess. Yeah, this works. Okay, weird. Don't even move. Oh, unless you're getting hit, then maybe. Okay. There's going to be... Alright, your goal here is to stand... You know what? I totally screwed that up. But that's okay. Gotta wait for my super to build up real quick. Okay. I'm gonna switch weapons here in a second. But your goal is to, okay. The Hive are performing a ritual, yeah? And we want to stop that ritual. In order to stop that ritual, we need to stand in the center of where they're having that ritual once we disrupt them. Not sure why. That's just what we gotta do. So you're gonna do that. And your goal is to stay alive. I'm going to help you stay alive with Well of Radiance, and you're going to help you stay alive with the damage resistance from Omnioculus and going invisible multiple times. There's always going to be enemies rushing you and shooting at you, but you got to stay in that circle. You can dip out of it for a couple seconds if you need to, you know, grab an invis or something like that. But your goal is to maintain a presence in that circle as much as you possibly can. If not, we die. Then we'll have to just start again. So not the end of the world, but, you know, trying to get a first round or whatever. A big thing to note, if you look up to your right, I'm not going to shoot because I don't want to, I get ricochet bullets and I want to start the encounter. But up to the right, there is knights that spawn up there. Boomer knights, and by Boomer Knights, they have the AoE damage. Fucks y'all up, arc damage type dealio. So you're going to want to take them out, hit them with that Lorenz as quickly as you can. As soon as they spawn, keep your eye up there. Worry about the trash adds second. Any of them that approach you quickly, you can just take out with your sword. Always go invis as much as possible. And take out those knights, because those knights will take out you. Even if you go invis, they still just shoot around the area, so it's just best to take them out. Swap to sword, take out anything directly in front of you, switch to whatever you need to get medium range damage, because there's going to be enemies up where we're at, and it gets really hectic. So my goal is to find an orb from a knight 6 different times. Each time, well, to explain that a little further, I'm going to retrieve the orb and return it back to the end of the room at the back right there. You see a little glowing thing on the right side past the acolytes. That's where I got to dunk it at. So when I drop a Well of Radiance, it's going to be half on that and half on the circle, so you can dip in and out of it or do whatever you need to do with it. Jeez, yeah, it's that's it. It gets super, super, super hectic as I progressively put the orbs in there. And that's the big thing that you gotta watch out for, is that the enemies increase a lot by the time I'm at the 4th or 5th one. Acolytes and everything else you could think of. Obviously Thrall, lots of them. And knights, biggest thing is knights that spawn. Can't even stress it. They spawn up top, on the left and the right there. And you're going to be the main shooter in here. I'm gonna be the mechanic worker, and you're gonna be the shooter. So, we'll see how it goes, and that's the whole entire thing. I wanted to waste that time a little bit to get my super back because I had the wrong one. But so as soon as we start this, it's gonna require you to be in the middle. So we're gonna run down, throw some shit at it, and we'll stand in the middle for a second until the night comes. Ready? Watch out for that. Here, let's go into this. That ogre's ridiculous. Let's start this. I don't even know why they're still there. Crazy. You gotta watch out for those big problems. Wait, do they just stay here now? Is that what's happening? Oh my god. I don't know if that is the case or not. The knights are out though. Okay, we'll watch out for that. God. Keep that in biz up as much as we can. This is a shitty mechanic. Is this really the new thing? Keep that invis up as much as you can. I'll keep dropping things down for you to get off as much as I can. We will add to it. Yeah, I don't know how much they could have changed it, but I don't think these ogres are supposed to be attacking us. You gotta be completely honest. Okay, I'm gonna come back to you and drop the wall. Oh wait, yeah. Okay. Or I'm gonna drop a rift to help up a little bit there. Okay, I'm gonna drop another rift down for you here, dead center. I don't know what this is crazy here. I'll drop another one for you. Dead center here again. Teamwork. Let's keep that up. I'm throwing a healing mage. Oh shit, okay, no, I'm gonna come get you actually. I'm gonna throw that down for me now. Oh. I'm gonna try to freeze this. Where the? Okay, this guy then. Yeah, I don't know how much, like, I think those ogre doors, every other time, they've closed. So, okay. So that's that encounter, essentially. I don't know if the ogres are here. Well, here, because they better, like, they're absolutely despawned now if they're not here. I'm just gonna run up and check. Yeah, they're not here. I don't think that was, unless they respawn when we start. I don't think that was supposed to happen. Gotta be honest with you. So yeah, give that another shot. I think it might be easier without ogres pelting us, hey? 3 of them at that. We did good though. I mean, I don't care. I consider that a win. That was tough. And if that is the mechanic, well, we'll have to figure something else out. Alright, run it. There's one of them that was coming out. I just missed him with the second really chill. Yeah, take them out as soon as you can. Quicker the better. Oh! For sure. Remember when there's enemies near you, use your dodge and get that invisible. Make sure it's up and you're always using it. And you keep it up because it's part of the pack. You want to keep part of the pack up. Here, I'm going to drop this for you now. 6 times this. Good. Put that down. And I'll put one of these. Grab that. Oh, pick the thing up. You hold the button, go through it. I'll have one of those. Excellent job. A most excellent job. Then you loot. Now, can you figure out where we have to go next? It's not back, obviously. There you go. Second last encounter we're about to get into. Now this jump, everybody fails it. Even me sometimes. But the best way to do it is... not like that. You just keep going down. So anyways, the best way to do it is as soon as the first spiky thing passes you just coast right down. Alright. Okay. So. 3 new things. I don't pay attention to them at all. I don't see the point. Because there's always 2 on the right and 1 on the left. Or 1 in the middle. You have to go from one side to the other regardless. So these really... cool if you know them, but I never spent the time to learn them because it didn't matter. And I'm still at that point. So, go this way, because I like right the best. For some reason. And you just look for little ping. Hold on, I'm gonna change my gear real quick. Look for little pings in the radar, and you go towards them. We're looking for witches, particularly. 3 of them. Regular witches can be killed with any sort of damage. So, as a hunter, there's some jumps that I can make that you just can't. So I will take the easiest route possible. So we'll go this way. You see the little pings already, right? That's good. This whole thing is full of traps, too. Whole section of cavern, it's just a bunch of traps. If there's enemies, then there's a witch that we're looking for down here as well. Pretty obvious here. Alright. Good. So now we will take this way. This here is the end. This is where we're going to exit at. A lot of times what would happen in these runs where people already know what's going on, one person would kill one witch, another person would kill another witch, the third person would just head straight to here, and then after the first person was done killing the witch, they just head here, and the final person gets the 3rd witch. The 2 people go forth, and or one, it doesn't matter. While the other person is halfway through the cave, so they don't have to traverse through all of this, and you can force spawn people at the boss fight. That's usually what we do. We're not going to do that today, but you will see that in future runs that we do, because I love the pit and I like running people through it. So, we'll go find the other 2 witches that we need to find. And so we're seeing pings on the radar. But look at this. Look at this. Look at the sea and Acolyte over there. See that? That's good news. So without the pings on the radar, that's what we look for, the enemies. So I've got an idea that this particular one that we're looking for is right over here. There's like a bunch of different ways you can jump, obviously. Oh, oh. Get your sword out, it's a little better to jump with too if you feel comfortable. Oh, I definitely just bopped my head. That's a real common thing. It's a real common thing in here too is misaligning your jump. So we start back at here. All three witches are alive again. And they're randomized, so they could be in different spots. So I'll move through here a little faster this time, since we know where we're going. Alright. You actually want to come back to where you were? You see what? Yeah. We need to find one witch. And I know where she is. Now, if you take normal routes, you would have to fight some different enemies, go through them to get here, whatever, but, you know, you don't always have to do that. You just have to know where to go. That's it. Did I fail to kill the first witch? Okay. Alright, did it say the way is open? I don't know if it said that or not. We'll find out, I guess. Oh yeah, I see enemies over there. I think I did fail to kill the first witch. Okay, so this is okay. So what you'll do is just sit here, and I'm just gonna go slay this witch real quick. Must have just a little bit of health left. I thought I didn't hear the crunch of the death, but I wasn't sure. So you'll see that door open, and you can start heading down into there. I'll be with you in just a second. Okay, we are heading into the very final boss fight of the Pit of Heresy. We've been running for about an hour to learn it. That's pretty good. I think you have a firm grasp on what needs to happen every fight so far, so that's good. Okay. There's two methods, I guess, since this season. The new method, which becomes the fusion rifle method, or the sword method. Which one would you like to use? The sword method or the fusion rifle method? What do you think? Fusion rifle? Okay. Sounds good to me. Auto. Oh, let's do. All right. Alright, okay. So, this here probably looks half familiar with the cathedrals that were in the first encounter. Well, the 3 bosses that we fought in the first encounter are now in this encounter. And in order to progressively unlock the ability to fight Zalmak, who is the asshole in the middle, we have to dunk orbs in the same sort of thing that we were dunking orbs in all over the place, down the walkways and the 6 that we had to pop in the next encounter. You know what I'm talking about. So we have to take out each of the 3 bosses one by one, dunk the orbs, and the boss is going to be able to be fought. Might be a 1 phase, might not be a 1 phase. Who knows? Not really sure how these fusion rifles work against this guy, so we will see. We'll try to keep our distance. If we're not doing the sword method, the goal... He has a sword, a big-ass one. And the goal is to stay away from him. If you have a sword, when he goes to slam at you, swipe at him, and you will not go booping across the map. It's very, very important. It helps you keep your damage up. It's the Hive. You know how they work. There'll be Thrall, there'll be Acolytes. Everything wants to shoot you. Yeah, if you feel like you want to go work on one of the bosses yourself, that's completely cool. The Shrieker is dead ahead of us. The Knight is on the left, and the Witch is on the right. I go for the Witch first, because she's the most pain in the ass, so I go deal with that first. You want to come with me? You can. You want to go deal with another one? Also, you can. Up to you. So we'll head out, or head down here and get this started. like how the slam just sort of stopped me in my path. So I grabbed that orb and I'm gonna go dunk it, and then we'll have one left to do. Alright, do you want to take that? And the place where you gotta slam it is on the other side, like where the witch spot is. So you're gonna slam it right here. Hold X over it. Put that there and hope for the best. Put it in the ring, get in the way. I have a hard time believing that this is better than Alright, get out of there. Sorry. So I firmly believe that the sword method is way better. So we gotta do that all over again. Oh my god. Oh, jeez. Alright. I got backhanded. Which I like. Make sure my thing didn't. Alright, yeah, I didn't take it. Good. No, over here. Close to me. Oh no. Ah, fuck. So, oh my god, I got like almost exactly a million. I just think that the sword method is more effective. So that's what we're gonna do. Will you put stasis on and stasis the guy, please? When we go to damage him? I don't care what your other abilities are, just the stasis super good. Okay. Alright, one sec. I'm just gonna go use the bathroom and we'll finish this fight. So I'm gonna basically put a well of radiance on him and then sword the shit out of him. That's the goal here. That's what we'll do. I'll be back in a sec. have a look. Oh, perfect. Exactly what I wanted. You can come get me pretty easily, honestly. Get in this? Dodge. Oh, that's great, yeah. Had to make room to get me. Are you fucking serious? Alright. has completed the Pit of Heresy from start to finish, with one less fire team member than recommended.